Hello and welcome to the STB Racing League Season 19 Hungarian Grand Prix live from the Hungaroring in Budapest, Hungary. We're here then, as I'm actually in the game chat, so that's a great start to the stream. We're here then, in Hungary for round 9, I believe, of the Tier 2 STB World Championship. And we're here at quite a, I don't like to say dislike circuit, but a track that not many of the drivers like to come to. But because STB runs a full calendar for the first season on a game, we have to run it. Apart from Monaco, because, yeah. Unfortunately, Bram cannot be with us this evening. He's got exams to attend to and things, as Etienne has rejoined the session. But, yeah. I wish him well for that, but Cook is going to cross the line. It's 16.9. Strategy is a big thing here in Hungary. Obviously, the softs are not a very good race type. So the drivers are going to be looking, as Dan goes P4 there, the drivers are going to be looking to be either starting on mediums or hards. A lot of the drivers will be, I think, opting for that medium qualifying. Yeah, that medium tyre as their qualifying tyre. One driver that we won't be seeing out on circuit in qualifying is F1 XLM. He has got a qualifying ban. Oh. Huh? Oh, that's Milkman. I got so confused then, because I was like, what's going on? As Norris goes P1 there. He, of course, is on the soft compound tyres. That glitched a bit then, I think, yeah. So Norris then is on those mediums. I can't speak today, guys. Soft compound tyres, Norris is on. So I'm just here front row seat. Norris is back in Tier 2. He had a bit of trouble in Tier 1, but he's back in Tier 2. And he's back to show us why he got his promotion from last season into the first division. He's into the second one now. And he's P1. So great effort from him. But of course he is on the faster tyre. Walshy then is going a bit quicker on his lap. We've got to be very careful. This is a very traction-orientated circuit, especially in the second sector. This track is definitely known to be the Monaco without the walls. That's what people call it. And you know what? I think they're right. As Norris is going to get in the way. Norris has impeded Walshy's lap. That is going to go to the stewards, I believe. Walshy's lost a lot of time there on his lap. And he's going to be quite angry there with the South African driver. As Matthew's going to come around the final corner. It's going to be a 1:16.6, and he goes P7, very close from Nicky to Matthew. But Tris is on the pace once again in this Tier 2 season. Nicky leads the championship. I have actually got the standings to hand. If you just give me a quick moment, I can pull that up and tell you guys the standings for the Tier 2 Championship, and Matthew has spun! Oh no! Matthew's had a big moment in the first sector. And yeah, that is not very good at all. He's gone Aston Martin fastly approaching him as well. That is not good for the Haas driver. But I can confirm that Nicky is leading the Tier 2 Championship. He's on 103 points. Second is Jonna, he's on 85. Third is Dan Souza, and fourth is Tris. So I think Tris ideally needs to win this Hungarian Grand Prix to try and get back into the championship fight. He's in the championship fight, but he needs to get as many points as possible. And I think being in P2 here is ideal at the moment. But it's not been a good session for Matthew. He's P7, he's had a spin. Walshy then coming around the final corner. It's going to be a 16.7, he's a little bit slower. And he keeps in P7. Kaiki goes P4 then. Yeah, a lot of these drivers opting for mediums in qualifying. Nice is the only driver, I believe, to be on softs. Krucken is on softs as well. So he could potentially cause an upset and get himself up the order. So we'll have to keep an eye on Crooken's lap here, ladies and gentlemen, to see what he can achieve, because The softs, I believe, are 1.3 seconds quicker on the delta compared to the mediums around here. So they're very much quicker, but they do fall off very quickly. So, you know, you've really got to think about... you've really got to think about, is it really worth it starting on softs? But then you could have a great grid position. And track position around this circuit is so important. You've got the middle sector. The first sector is quite hard as well to overtake. And of course, you've got the final sector. This track is very, very technical here in Hungary. So Crook is going to start his lap. We're going to keep an eye on board. We're going to keep on board with him then in the Red Bull. Let's see what he's going to be able to achieve on these soft compound tyres. Of course, it's his first race with the white Red Bull livery. Of course, they've brought the Red Bull livery in for a limited time on the game, so he'll be having a great time with that. 4 attempts up then in the first sector, and it's a purple sector 1. Not that committed through the chicane, really. Not. I mean, it was committed coming around the. It wasn't committed enough coming around the second sector. He needs to keep within the white lines. He hasn't done that, and he was at 8 attempts up. That could have put him up into the top 3 there, and Crook, and that would be an incredible position. Fiborino has put himself up in the P3. Dan follows him through in P4. But yeah, if Crook was able to get that lap in, that would have been an incredible performance from the Red Bull. Yeah, so there you go. Etienne, the dilemma's on a lap. I don't know why Dilemma is qualifying. I don't know why Dilemma is qualifying. He has got a qualifying ban. I don't understand, really. But he has invalidated it. But he shouldn't really be going again. As Norris goes P1, it's a 1:14.7 for the Mercedes. That is an incredible lap time. And why is Dilemma continuing? I'm not sure what is going on here. Okay, he's validated his lap time on purpose. Okay. Going off from the McLaren driver. Norris, though, is in P1, ladies and gentlemen. He is on it here in Hungary. Fiborino's going a little bit quicker in his Ferrari. Very twitchy the car looks, though, and it's going to be a 16 debs. It's P3. He's had a great run of form when he's first joined the league. He's really been up there in the top 5, and I'm here for it. And Maffio's gone on a set of softs then. Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting to see then. Norris is the only driver out as he's cut across the corner. He's trying to get out of people's way. But yeah, Norris is the only driver to start on those soft compound tyres here in Hungary. So, yeah, I mean, great stuff. Absolute great stuff here. As Nicky starts his lap, championship leader here in Hungary. Guys, as well, I apologise if I'm not seeming so full of energy this evening. I have got a bit of a cold, I believe, coming. So, but I'm trying my best to give you content, as Nicky has gave us some incredible content there, and he's crashed in the middle sector, and that has caused John to back off his lap. I think he backed off anyway in the first sector, but yeah, Nicky is out then of qualifying. And there you go. Matthew's on a lap then. Okay, got away with that. He got away with that, didn't he? Here we go then. Is Matthew going to get his break finally in tier 2? Oh no, he's gone. Oh, he's 6 tenths up though. This could put him up in the top 3 here if he doesn't mess up the final sector. There's more time to be gained as well because he's messed up. He's messed up the corner here. And he's coming. Oh, and he's coming into the pit lane. Okay. I mean, that could have got him P3 and he's spanning the pits. He's not having a very good time, is he? Tristan will be starting P2. He's lost his front wing. And Nicky's going to come across the line. He's going to start only P8. That is a disappointing qualifying from the championship lead out. But one driver that we're really going to have to look out for in this first stint is Norris, because he is going to have the pace as the drivers go down to turn 1. He's going to be the favourite. He's going to have a better start. He's going to have better grip. He's going to have everything to his disposal in the first stint to really utilise. And I think, yeah, that is going to be a very special performance from Norris on his return to Tier 2. I think, yeah, P1 for the South African driver. But there you go, guys. That is your qualifying then for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Do put in the comments who you think is going to win this race. Who is your favourite to win the Hungarian Grand Prix? But your pole sitter, you can see everyone qualified on medium now. Your pole sitter is STB Norris. Second is AMS Tris. Third, PNF 1 Viborino. Sixth, KTF Dan Souza. Fifth, Kaiki. Sixth, Jonas. Seventh, Milkman. Eighth, Nicky. Ninth, Walshy. 10th, Mafio. So they will all start on medium compound tyres. 11th is Crooken on a fresh set of mediums. That could cause crucial. 12th is Marchi. 13th, Etienne. Following his qualifying ban. No time set by F1X Dilemma. That is your grid then for the Hungarian Grand Prix. I'm just going to load up the stream on my end to view some of the comments. As some of you hopefully have indicated who you think is going to win the Grand Prix. So everyone get involved in the conversation. Hashtag Hungarian Grand Prix and tell us your views. So yeah, Britain was an incredible race last time out in, I'm about to say Budapest then, in Silverstone. Nicky had an incredible strategy. He opted for mediums at the start of the Grand Prix, and he actually did, I believe, 24 laps. 23 or 24 laps on a set of medium compound tyres. He was waiting for the rain didn't come, but he still had the advantage to then qualify, to then box for soft compound tyres, and he went on to win the Grand Prix. So I'm here for it. Front row seat. I am here for Nicky's performance in Britain. He's had a poor qualifying. He's only P8 at the moment, so I think he really needs to just try and I don't know, try and get past a few drivers, but then getting past drivers is quite difficult in Hungary. But yeah, I mean, this track is steeped in history, of course. One of the things I saw earlier was the 2009 race. I like to watch the races before they happen in STB. And obviously we had the crash in 2009 with Felipe Massa, where his car collided with a piece off of Rubens Barrichello's car. So yeah, not good at all. Not good at all. Very scary stuff. So this track has got some big history, and of course this season as well, we had a major collision. I don't think we're going to have that lit tonight because it's not raining. We had a major collision. We had Bottas, Verstappen, Norris. Ricardo was involved, I believe. A lot of drivers were involved in this season's Hungarian Grand Prix race start crash. So I'm hoping that the drivers can keep it clean on the first lap and not have any collisions. But as we know in STB, anything can happen, and we are always treated to an incredible race in STB. There was no race last night in Tier 1. They're on a break week. So this week is purely Tier 2 and Tier 3. Tier 2 and 3 go on a 1 week break next week. Very fitting, actually, considering that the break is always between Hungary and Belgium in real life, that big summer break. So yeah, it's quite aesthetically pleasing, the calendar this season, the way that it's worked out. But Norris then, he is going to want to get out of that DRS as quickly as possible. Is this his opportunity to finally get a victory in STB? It's been a long time It's his last one, so we're going to hope that he has a great start, break that DRS from Tris. 1.3 seconds gap. I believe, though, the race winner is going to be Tris tonight, guys. I think Tris has got the edge. He needs to win the championship. He's in the championship standings. He knows what is at stake here for the championship. And he knows that every point is needed here in Hungary. Or any race, really, but Hungary, really, as we go into the 1 week break then. So it is 3 lights, guys. It's 4 lights. It's 5 lights for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Live from Budapest. Lights down, away we go. Great start there from Tris. But Nice got better traction on those sub-compound tires. He leads, but just going to get into the slipstream now. As they down in turn 1. 2 Ferraris are going side by side. Fibberino and Dan Souza. Fibberino tries to outbrake himself for the Red Bull of Kaiki. Gone into the back for the countrymen. As they come down in turn 1. Out of turn 1, then the 2 Ferraris go side by side as they come down into turn 3 under the bridge section there of the Rolex sign, and it's a kind of clean start there, but Nicky and the Mercedes of John are getting involved, and the Red Bull has got damage. Kaiki has got damage there, so he's going to have to try and navigate his way through that, causing any collisions. Past the teammate goes past, and the Red Bull is off the circuit there, so that's a bad start. March has had a bad start, but Norris leads by 7/10 of a second, followed by Tris, and the 2 Ferraris follow him closely as Dan Souza has a bit of a moment there coming off the chicane. Milkman then. So Milkman was in this position last week in Britain, but he weren't really able to execute any sort of pace that he had. So it'll be interesting to see if he can really try and utilise his experience around this Hungaroring to his advantage over Fibberino and Dan. He needs to try and get past them, and Nicky is right on the back. Nicky knows he's had a bad qualifying to try and cover off his championship rivals as much as he can see. The pit strategy then, powered by AWS. So the tyres look to be going, I believe that said lap 14 on the pit strategy then. We've got some action going on. We've got F1X Dilemma coming down the straight then. It's overtake mode on the back of Etienne. He's got the move done. Etienne is on a set of hards. And Kaiki and March, the 2 Brazilians, are in the pit lane. That is a disastrous start there for those 2 drivers, as Norris has now pulled out a 9/10 advantage over Tris. That is a great start from him. But the problem with Hungary is there's not really many overtaking opportunities, and there's been a spin at the back of the field, and that is Etienne out in the distance of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Virtual safety car has been deployed. He got on the curb and he span. That is a disaster for the Alfa Romeo. He's left the session. He's out of the race, and he will no longer take any further part in this Hungarian Grand Prix. That is disaster for him. Hopefully, I think maybe the car's been cleared up by the stewards. Yeah, it has. He went off on the side here. He just got on the curb a little bit too, a little bit too happy on the throttle, and he binned it. So that is Etienne out of the Hungarian Grand Prix. That is a disaster, really. He was on hards. He was going to go long into the Grand Prix. But yeah, it just weren't to be for the German, I believe. So then, virtual safety car is out. Hopefully it will... Oh, and Dan Souza has got a drive-through penalty, ladies and gentlemen. His race has been ruined by the virtual safety car. What is going to happen there? Because he's going to have to run. He's going to have to do that drive-through penalty in the next 3 laps. And he has got a... That is a disaster. He's going to also have to do a pit stop as well. That is a disaster for the driver in P4 in the championship at the moment. That is a disaster for Dan Souza. He might as well just box. He might as well just drive through now and hope for some sort of safety car later on in the Grand Prix, because that is unlucky for the Brazilian, and looks to be struggling as well. There's Norris has already picked up a penalty. Yeah, disaster there for Dan Souza. Let's see if he goes into the pits then. Yeah, he's in. So it's a drive-through penalty for the Ferrari. That's why you've got to be so careful under virtual safety car. As Dilemma then is looking pretty quick on the back of this pack. fastest lap of the race as well, so he's on it here in Hungary. But Dan Silver, I feel so sorry for him. He's going to have to hope for a miracle to happen in this Grand Prix for him to have any sort of chance to get back into this race, because his race has been ruined. He's got another pit stop to do in a bit, and yeah, very unlucky. As much as it's fast lap of the race, he's on the pace. But Dilemma then has caught up to this pack very quickly. He looks to have some decent pace in this first stage of the Grand Prix. So let's see if he can cause some sort of an upset for Crooken's race. We don't have the same action as we do at Britain. I think the action's going to come back in Belgium. And then when we go to the Netherlands as well. Because the Netherlands last season was actually a very good race. As Norris is in the pit lane. So Norris has... He's gone for another set of softs. I'm confused. What's happened to Norris? Did he have a drive-through penalty under virtual safety car? Speeding under VSC. That did not come up on my screen. Norris got a drive-through penalty, same as Dan. Oh, that is a disaster for him. Oh no. That is a shocker. So unlucky, these drivers. You've got to be really careful on the virtual safety car, because if you even go a little bit over, it's Dilemma looks to have made a mistake. He's 1.7 seconds now behind Crook, and he's lost a lot of time. But yeah, if you make the slightest mistake in terms of delta or pace, you are going to literally lose a drive through the pit lane. You're going to get a drive through penalty. Very harsh, the system on this game, but yeah, you've got to keep within the rules. So there you go. And because I can't get my words out, because they obviously served the drive-through penalty, you can't take it off. The stewards can't do anything about that. So that is not good at all, as Norris is in the pit lane. So I think he's going to go. Yeah, he's going to go on a set of mediums and just try and... I don't think he's going to get to the end on those, but... Yeah, his race is over. Mafia there's running in a good place. He will look to be struggling earlier in the week when he was doing some practice with me actually in Hungary. It looks like he's got his pace on and he's on the back of Jonna now, and Jonna is normally a front runner. So I don't know what is going on with Jonna here in France. Obviously usually up there in the top 4, but 1.9 seconds behind Milkman, he's 8 tenths behind Nicky. That's quite big, as Kaiki has left the session. Let's see if we can get him back in. That might have been a connection issue. Feels so unlucky for Kaiki and for... Well, Kaiki, Marchi, Norris and Dan just involved in some sort of turn 1 collision or lap 1 collision, and then they're getting drive-through penalties left, right, centre. But talking of drive-through penalties, Maffio is going to drive his way past Jonna, but Jonna's going to get the cutback move on the harsh driver, and Maffio is up the inside and he's up in a P5, and he's gone a bit deep. He's going to have to line for the next corner, and Jonna's had to go wide. Oh no, he's gone wide too much. And he's made a big mistake there. And Walshy is past the Frenchman. And now Jonna's going to try and come back at him all the way around the outside of himself, and Maffio get away. And Jonna is off the circuit again, and now he's going to get overtaken by the Red Bull of Crooken. And Jonna just should have just kept his car running. Should have backed out the move on Maffio. He still would have been P6, and then he's back down in P8. That is a disaster for the Mercedes. Jonna is not happy, I'm sure, in that cockpit, as Milkman can't seem to get that gap down from 8 tenths, 9 tenths of a second. He may have lost DRS actually. Yeah, he's got no DRS now down the straight. And Maffeo is now going to try and get the charge on him. As Crooken is going, oh, Crooken nearly up the inside of the Aston Martin, but Aston Martin's gone a bit deep, and Crooken's had a bit of a moment there, and now it's got Johnner right on the back now of the Red Bull. Crooken goes defensive down into turn 3. And he keeps the position, Crooken. Good defending there from the Red Bull. He's definitely the slower driver between him and Johnner, as Norris is on the pace here in Hungary. First lap of the race. Major scenes here, guys. I'm very sorry, there's not much action going on here at the Hungarian Grand Prix. You know, there's a bit of overtaking here and there, but it's not really a circuit that we expect drivers to actually go on and, you know, battle 24/7 like there was in Silverstone. Silverstone was an incredible race for battles. That was like where it's at. But F1X Dilemma then. Johnner is falling back. Dilemma's up the inside of Johnner. And he has got the move done, has he not? He has, but side-by-side action now. As Dan Souza has retired from the Grand Prix. He knows that his race is over. And he's out of the race. And Dilemma's got the move done on Johnner then. So Johnner's not really showing the pace that he needs to show here. He's really not showing the pace. Dan has left the session. That's unfortunate as well for him. So unfortunate. Right then, let's see if Nicky can try and catch to the back of Bibarino. Bibarino's got a lot more ERS than Nicky. But I think, realistically, Nicky has got a lot more pace to eke out than Bibarino. It's only lap 10, guys. We're in for a very long Hungarian Grand Prix here. Because there are just no battles at all here in Hungary. No battles, no action. Thank you to the 4 of you that are currently tuned in. But yeah, I mean, I think we're waiting for the pit stop window to open, and then we'll see where everyone is. But Nicky then is caught up to the back. Well, wow, he's a lot closer than he was last lap to Bibarino. So if these two battle, that could bring Milkman into contention here. But Milkman just doesn't really seem to have... He has pace, but he doesn't seem to have the pace to battle, like, battle at the front. Yeah, he just doesn't seem to have that. As Crooken has picked up a penalty, but he's now right on the back of Walsh. He's in that DRS. But because of setups, it is so difficult to even get close, even with DRS. He's so close. So hard, sorry, to get close, because everyone is basically using the same wings. You can't use low wings. As Dilemma and Johnner then. Dilemma's off the circuit, and they're both side by side. And Johnner then around the outside. I was going to commit. Oh, that was close there. That's a sector 3 yellow. I think that's for Marchi. So yeah, very close for comfort between Dilemma and Johnner here. Based on previous races, I'm a little bit scared. Crooken then, let's see what he's going to do this lap. Maffeo is running just a very quiet Grand Prix here. I think he'll be happy with his performance so far, being in P5. I think P5 is a very good position, considering that he just was struggling early on in the week at Hungary. So I think he'll be pleasantly surprised with how he's doing here in Hungary. Right then, I'm intrigued then to see what Nicky's going to do, because Nicky seems to be keeping that gap to 1.1, 1.2 seconds. So if he can try and, you know, gain some time where Fiorino's a little bit, you know, vulnerable, then that could be very, very helpful to Nicky. If he can do that, then he could potentially be up into P2. And if those two battle, then Milkman's going to get involved. Maffeo seems to be catching slightly on his teammate, but not so much as there's been a spinner out. It's Jonna. No, it's Crooken, sorry. Crooken has span. Oh, that is unlucky for the Red Bull, and he span again. And those tyres get very hot around this circuit. That is a disaster for him. I do feel sorry for Cookins. He was in a great position, but Milkman then had gone for that undercut move. So there you go. If he can try and have some incredible laps now, he could easily undercut. Yeah, I'm here for Milkman. But Walshy then looks to be getting feisty on the back of Maffeo. This is the battle. This is Maffeo's battle. He's been battling Walshy for the whole race. They don't have Crooken behind either, so I think Crooken will be kicking himself. I don't know if there was contact. He probably just span it under traction anyway. But I'm not too sure how he was able to spin. And Maffeo has lost the back end and he's into the pit lane. Walshy's going to carry on. He's going to go a little bit longer into the race. But Maffeo then has lost a bit of time. He needs to try and just head down, and try and get himself back into the zone after the pit stops. Into the pit lane then comes the Haas. A change onto those hard compound tyres to the end of the Grand Prix. There you go, sweet and slick there from the American-based team. He's going to come out. Is he going to get jumped by Norris? I think he is. Yeah, he's got jumped by Norris there. But not too much that the dirty air's going to hinder him, I don't think. But yeah, Crooken's in the pits then. He's going on to a set of hards. Red Bull have not had a good race so far here in Hungary. And they're always very good. If you look at real life, Red Bull, obviously this is not real life, but Red Bull have always been a very good team at Hungary. So this is not normal for people to see that Red Bull had such a shocking race. Chris then going to carry on. He's dominating this Grand Prix. Dominating this Hungarian Grand Prix. And I said that is what he needs to do. He needs to win this race as Walsh is in the pits. So Aston Martin then get to work. Hard compound tyres for the Aston. And he's out on the track then. Milkman then, let's see. Where's he going to come out? We're going to have to look out for Maffeo as well. Is he going to jump the Aston Martin? It's going to be close for comfort, and he's done it. He has stayed ahead of Walshy. But is the undercut that powerful here in Hungary? Because I think it's just the same gap, really, that it was before. Jonna then right on the back of Dilemma, but those tyres look to be going off. Nicky looks to have got some pace now. He's gained 2/10 to Fiorino. And Dilemma's just running, you know, 12 seconds behind, but he's got Jonna right on the back. Jonna is looking feisty. I believe these two will pit this lap. I don't think mediums can go longer than 16 laps, but Tris has carried on. Dilemma and Jonna are in. Quite slow into the pit lane there for Jonna. We're going to see where Milkman's going to come out of all of this, because Dilemma's got the tyres on. Milkman's Jumpman. I think he was already ahead though, wasn't he? I'm not too sure. Oh yeah, I think Milkman was already ahead. Yeah, my mistake, guys. Right then, I think if Milkman can try and get that gap at the moment from Nicky and Fiorino to around 19 seconds, Fiorino picks up a penalty, I think this could well be Milkman's opportunity here in Hungary. I think this could be it for the Dutchman. But those tyres are going to be very worn come the end of the Grand Prix compared to Nicky and Fiorino, because they've had, you know, a lot more time on those mediums. Fiorino is in there. He's going to try and cover off Milkman. We're going to see then. This is going to help us kind of see where Milkman is going to be compared to these guys. I believe this pit lane is quite short as well. I don't think he's going to get... It's kind of close, but it's not really close enough. Gap is 1.5 seconds. Okay. That's interesting, because the gap was around this, you know, around 1.2, 1.3 between Fiorino and Nicky. So, yeah, I think Milkman might be onto something here if he can try and have a good lap here. He could be on to maybe jumping Nicky in the pit stops. And that would be an incredible sight. Tris then, around the penultimate corner, he is dominating this Hungarian Grand Prix and he's into the pit lane. There's no need to go short, no need to go too long into the race. He's leading by 8.3 seconds, guys. He is dominating this Hungarian Grand Prix as Nicky's in as well. So we are now on high alert here in Hungary. It's time to see if Milkman can try and jump Fiorino. If Fiorino is running off to jump Nicky, it's all going to kick off, guys, in the next part. But he's already at the end of the pit lane. Here we go then, it's going to kick off. Fiorino's jumped him, and Milkman, just can't get past the Alpha. That's a good effort though from the Haas. That is a good effort there, trying to get through. What about strategy here in Hungary? And Nicky again, been able to secure that. And Fiorino is apparently, Dilemma and Jonna then side by side into the third corner. Oh, this is going to be a bit close for comfort. The Mercedes and the McLaren. Oh. I don't like these guys battling. It's very scary, guys. Dilemma's got the overtake done again. Jonna just can't get through. And Fiorino is apparently 600. Is that 600? 600ths behind Tris. That is a little bit weird. Because Tris was leading the race by 8 seconds. So nice glitch there from Codemasters. Should sort itself out though as we end lap 19. Yeah, there you go, 7.7 seconds. So he's gained a bit of time. As Marchi picks up a penalty. Jono and Dilemma again then, down into turn 1. Jono's going to have the DRS, he's going to be ahead, but Dilemma's going to try and stick his nose in as Marchi's retired from the Grand Prix. That's in the pit lane. That's a disaster for the Brazilian. The Dilemma then back in the slipstream, but you can't get past because Hungary, literally there is no overtaking opportunities apart from turn 1 really. And Mafio's picked up a penalty. And Kaiki looks to be struggling on those hard compound tyres. Kaiki's had an absolute shocker of a Grand Prix. He's been really struggling here. And it looks like Milkman's not really got the pace to keep up with Nicky and Fiborino. I'll tell you a driver that has got the pace. Tris. What a performance from him. He has been dominating. This is what he needed to do here in Hungary. This is the race that he needed to get himself back up the table. This is the race that he needed. I believe 36 points separate him and Nicky. So this is what he needed, and this is it. Like, wow. I believe the gap's going to be 25, so a whole race win. At this current moment, if it stays like this, but I don't think it will because Fiborino's got a penalty, but anything can happen in the world of STB. Right then, so Mafia has got Walshy all over the back. Of his car. So this is going to be, I don't know, Mafia hasn't really got the best of pace. Compared to the Aston Martin. But yeah, Dilemma and Jono then are still having a ding-dong battle. They're having a great battle in P8 and 9. But yeah, it's just not really been, guys, the race that we want. Obviously, we expected this from Hungary. But what we didn't expect is Dilemma to come all the way from 6 tenths back, and he's got the move done, has he not? No, that's a little bit cautious on the entrance to turn 1 and 2. And Jono's got the move back on the McLaren, but Dilemma's got the DRS and overtake mode. Going to try to go around all the way around the outside. Get the switchback move. He's going to have to keep behind him on this occasion. He picks up a penalty as well. Yeah. There are some battles, but obviously we expect from Hungary. Obviously, there's not many overtaking opportunities. Drivers just need to take advantage of drivers making mistakes. That is how technical Hungary is. It's of course the moniker without the walls, and it is definitely a driver's track in terms of you need to be a good driver to be able to eat as much time as possible on this circuit. And yeah, personally, I love the circuit, but I don't like it for racing. So tomorrow, guys, tier 3, you can join Mafia in the combox. I'm sure he won't be as stressed as he is now. But yeah, you can join Mafia tomorrow for the tier 3 Hungarian Grand Prix, and this is going to be a cracker because I'm going to win. Right, I'll be interested to see what Norris is going to do, because Norris is currently on a set of mediums. He might go for another set of mediums, maybe. I'm just thinking, he would probably be... Pit stop's about 20 seconds. He could, if he didn't have his drive through, he could be leading the Grand Prix by now. I think. Gap to leader is 17.7 seconds. So yeah, he could actually be leading this Grand Prix if he didn't have that drive-through penalty. So Norris has really been on pace here in Hungary. Even with worn tyres. But Maffeo then is going to have to go defensive to the Aston Martin of Walshy. Walshy all the way in that slipstream. But he cannot get that move done. Not close enough on the back of the Haas. Right then, Nicky and Fiorino then. That gap is insane. 9.7 seconds. Triss is dominating, and he's gonna gain even more. Because when Nicky and Fiorino are going to start battling, it's going to be mad. And Milkman is now 5 seconds adrift of Nicky. He's lost 3 seconds since the pit stops. That is crazy scenes here. I wouldn't want to be him. He has had a shock out of a Grand Prix in terms of pace. P4, I mean, I think he'd be happy with a P4 finish. He just wouldn't be very happy with his pace, knowing that he had an opportunity to get in that DRS and battle these two guys of Fiorino and Nicky. So, yeah, but Fiorino has definitely solidified himself to be a front-running driver in this Tier 2. So I'm here for it, front row. Here for it. DRS then for Nicky. He's getting closer and closer every single lap, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a great battle. Absolutely great action here. But I just love it. The fact that this track is so technical that you can't make any mistakes. If you make a mistake around this Hungaroring, then that is it. Like, you are done for. Like, you are done for. In terms of you either spin off a curb or you spin into the wall or you just lose the position. Obviously Tier 2 is a very competitive sort of division, so gaps are quite close. Those of you joining us, not much action here in Hungary, as you'd expect, but there is a battle commencing at the moment between Nicky and Fiorino. I've also yawned a few times as well, guys, I'm not going to lie. You know, we've got to keep it 100, we've got to keep it, you know, truthful. This has been a dead race in terms of battling, but it has been an incredible race in terms of just seeing really how these drivers navigate around this circuit, because this is not a normal circuit. We've got Britain, Monza, Belgium, Japan even, France, Austria, all these circuits that we've had, Bahrain, where there are many overtaking opportunities. But here in Hungary, I think this is the first race of the season, really, that we've had a race, maybe Spain, where we've had, maybe, but this is one of the first races this season we've had a race where there's not been opportunities to really overtake and really show your credentials as a good racer. There's no opportunities here, so I'm here for it, but I'm not here for it at the same time. But Walshy is getting close. But the problem with this circuit is the dirty air is so powerful in this second sector that when you're close, you're just going to drop back if you don't have a good setup, or you don't have the pace, or you don't know how to do different lines, because the dirty air is going to slow you down so much that you can't get through. So you know what, I'm here for it. I commend every single driver that is driving here tonight, because it must be a pain in that middle sector. And I'm not looking forward to Tier 3 tomorrow night, I'll tell you that now. I am, but I'm not at the same time. But I think Walsh is looking forward to turn 1, because he's going to have that DRS overtake mode. No, you can't get close. You can't get close around this circuit. And I think that is why it's disliked by many drivers. But Norris is on the pace then, on a set of softs, side by side, Dilemma and Jonna. Oh God, this is going to get a bit feisty now. Bob side by side, nice up the inside there, and he's got the move done on the Red Bull. Now John is going to try and get back past Dilemma, but these soft compound tyres for Norris are going to be rapid at this stage of the Grand Prix. Very light compared to the start of the race. Hard compound tyres around him. He can't seem to get past it either. I think he's going to wait for that DRS and just get him on the DRS. Or we might try a little move. He can't get close. Walshy then, here we go. DRS on the back of the Haas driver. DRS, Maffio's going to go defensive. He's going to pull to the inside line. Walsh is going to try to go around the outside of the Haas. But no, that's not possible. But Maffio's had a shocker of an exit. And now Walsh is going to come back at him side by side. Very close, pushing him to the curb there, pushing him to the wall. Oh, that is action, action, action. And Walshy there has lost the back end. And there you go. P number 5 for Matt. I think he'd be happy with that. As John and out going to try and put his nose on the inside of Dilemma. But yeah, Dilemma's done a very good job this race of defending against John. They've been battling now for a good few laps, and now Norris has been released to try and catch to the back of Walshy. So 9.6 seconds, and those tyres compared to the hards are going to be insane. So he needs to try and use this advantage that he has got to catch. This could be Walshy's opportunity now. These two are also going to be battling as well, so this is going to be great for Norris. Yeah, for this. I think if Norris could try and take advantage of those soft compound tyres as quickly as he can, then these two battling, this is going to be a great battle to the end. Yeah, Milkman has just dropped far back. Milkman has got some very bad, I don't know if he's got bad tyre wear or he's just struggling with pace, but he's really struggling around this circuit. As Norris going to get that gap down now to 7 seconds. This is an incredible display from Norris. He's rapid on those softs. I did say though, so even he could try and battle for P4 here. Are those softs going to go off? That is a real question on everyone's list. Are those soft compound tyres going to get to the end? I don't think they will. Really, I don't think they're going to get to the end of the race. Yellow Walshy. That's Walshy. And something's happened. Got grass on his tyres. Was there a collision of some sort there? Not sure. That is a disaster for the Aston Martin. Can he calm down? But Nicky still can't get away past Fiorino. He can't get through. Like, that's a disaster in itself, because we want battles. But we can't get battles when he can't get past. Can't even get close. As Norris got the move done on Walshy then. That's him up in the P6. And now he's got a 5.6 second gap to catch now to the back of Maffio. And then a further 2 seconds to Milkman. So is he going to do it here in Budapest? I do like that. Budapest. I do like that. Let me just see the date of the Belgian Grand Prix. Sorry guys, just checking some of the details. So as you can see at the front of this pack, Nicky has not, Nicky can't get past Viverino. These two have been using a lot of overtake though, in the 20% now. This is yeah, a bit dangerous. But Tris has just been dominating this Hungarian Grand Prix. He has been the man for the job here in Hungary. What a performance from him. Gap 12 seconds. But Maffio's got that gap down now to 3.8. So I'm starting to think that these softs would well be the way to go tomorrow, guys. If any tier 3 drivers are watching, make sure you qualify on mediums so you can give me an advantage to win the Grand Prix. I'd much appreciate it. Quacken picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, but he's down in P11, guys. He's had a shocking race. It's been so unlucky for the Red Bull. Yeah, he just doesn't really deserve to have a race like this, really. Dilemma's just been really at the back. Nothing really to say, but what there is to say is Jonna is falling back again. As Koiki now is going to try to come back the Mercedes, but those hards are going to be off. Those hards are going to be gone. So I don't think he's going to have the pace in those hard compound tyres it's got on at the moment to even try and get past, because those are just going to fall off in the next few laps. Right, it'll be interesting to see if Norris can still catch to the back of Matt, because those softs must be going off very quick. He has been pushing very hard. He's lost 7 seconds on his previous lap. And those softs are going to be gone. Gap though, 1.9 seconds, so they're not gone too much at the moment. Dilemma's off the circuit then, side by side. Oh, there was contact! Dilemma's hit the 150 metre board and Walsh has gone a bit wide and Dilemma's up the inside. Oh, that was a bit feisty there between the Aston and the McLaren. Walsh has just not had a very good second half of the Grand Prix here. Right, 1.5 seconds is the gap between Norris and Matty then. I don't know if those softs are really going to get... Look at the graining on them at the moment. You can see all the lack of grip that Norris has got. It's not ideal for the South African driver. But yeah, I think this could well be your finishing positions, guys, because I don't really see anything. But what I do see is John around the outside of Walsh. If they come down in turn one, can be side by side action going on here. John pushed onto the curb, and here we go. We've got a good little, you know, spectate mode now as they come through into the third corner, side by side. It's going to be a little bit argy-bargy around the corner, and John has been hit a little bit, and Koiki's going to try to come back at him now. Koiki, here we go on the grass, nearly there. Oh no. Great racing from that. Great racing. And Koiki's got a double overtake. That is great racing there. And the Mercedes are back up the inside of the Aston. And yeah, there's contact. Yeah, that's lovely, that is. Yeah, we love that. We love that when there's a banging, you know, double overtake move. And then bang. Contact. Well, yeah, lovely. Yeah, we love that. But yeah. Norris then is in that 1 second, but he's not in that DRS, and I just think that Norris has not done a very good job of strategy here. Obviously, he was limited due to his drive-through. I think those softs are just gone now. It's not been the race. He could have easily got a good race here in Hungary. Disappointing stuff for a Mercedes driver, but what is not disappointing is Tris is going to come round the final corner. What a race for the Williams heat. Oh, it's the final lap. For fuck's sake. Sorry, guys. Norris then, let's see. Mafia goes a little bit wide on the exit there. For God's sake. Yeah, that's a little bit embarrassing. Mafia then looks to have got some pace on. Looks like Milkman's tyres have dropped off now. It's all about getting those tyres to the end of the heat. Good little performance this from Haas at the moment, P4 and 5. Milkman's got it though. If he doesn't spin or make a major mistake, I think he's got it because Mafia and Norris both got penalties. So I think Milkman. Yep. As I said, great race from Haas, and Krucken here quite close on the circuit here. That could be a little battle to look at. As does come round the final corner to win the Hungarian Grand Prix, and what a race that for him. Nicky looks to have dropped off the back of Fiborino. Fiborino is going to finish in P2, but is he? No, because the penalty. Second is Nicky. Third is Fiborino. And that is an incredible race from those three drivers. Nicky couldn't get past Fiborino, but he definitely did good with the penalties. Milkman then P4 for the Haas, P5 for Mafio. It's going to be P6 in the end for Norris. Dilemma's going to come across the line. He's going to be P7. Kaiki will be P8. 9th is Walshy. And 10th, finishing the Grand Prix in the pit lane, is Krucken. That then, STB Season 19 Tier 2 Hungarian Grand Prix, driver of the day, F1X Dilemma from the game, but it got to be Tris. What a performance, what a race for him. And he's got himself back within a race win. Let's see what the podium celebrations have to say here in Budapest. Your race winner then was AMS Tris. He wins the Hungarian Grand Prix live from Budapest. Second is Nicky F1 TV. Third, PNF1 Fiborino. Fourth, Milkman. Fifth was Mafio in the end. He'll be happy with that. Fast after the Grand Prix went to Norris. He finished P6. 7th was F1X Dilemma. 8th, Kaiki. 9th, Walshy. 10th was Jonna. 11th was Krucken. For some reason he decided to finish the race in the pit lane, so I don't know really. Your non-finishers were Marchi, Dan Souza and Etienne CG. That is your Hungarian Grand Prix. Not the best race for battling. We expected that from Budapest, but an incredible dominant victory, 60 to Nicky, his fellow countryman and his championship rival. So that is a great event for him. Thank you for joining us for round 9 of the STB Tier 2 Championship. Do join Mafio tomorrow. He will bring you live coverage of the Tier 3 race in Hungary. And then next, if you don't want to see that, next week there is no Tier 2 one. Do go to the Red Bull Ring in Austria for round 4 of their campaign. But yeah, join us tomorrow for the Tier 3 Hungarian Grand Prix. We'll see you next time.